futures. Today we will talk about tree plantation. So let us start. Tree plantation is the most important things in our life because when we are not planting the trees, then the fruit, the flower, water and all of these things will be vanished because a country need 25% to become a beautiful country. But without 25%, a country will become a desert. So, at first things, we take oxygen from the trees. We are taking oxygen, but from where does it come from? It comes from the trees. But when we are cutting those trees, then how the oxygen will come to us? How will the food will come? Because the food in the trees, we are eating crops. And from where does the crops come from? The crops come from only the trees, because the paddy, the paddy plant is a plant, means it is also a tree. So what we are eating, where we are living, what we like is all these things is a natural environment. And we have to tell like one of the great person named by Rabindranath Tagore, that his pronoun is that give our village, take your town. And this line is one of the most important line for all of the human race, because when we are cutting tree, food is also cutting. Cutting these trees means cutting our lunch, because we are taking oxygen. But when the tree will be cut, then the oxygen will be gone. The water will be dried because the sunshine will become so much strong. And think that one tree has cut it half, not full. Then when these people is become tired, then he is also sleeping under these same things. That is the plant, this half-cutted plant. These people have to sleep. But without that, he is not sleeping. He is taking those shade of this plant. So should we do that kind of work? But we are doing this same work every day, every time. And people are cutting tree like a mad. Now we are taking education. But how the education will be delivered every places? How will we get education? Because when the paper is making, we cannot write. Because when the paper is making, then the paper to make paper, we need these same things. The ink, from where does the ink come? The ink come from a natural environment, some black kind of things. So that all of these things is for the trees. So without trees, this world will become desert. And all of the oceans, the seas will become bad, and then this beautiful beauty of this planet and this beautiful place will be destroyed. So what are we destroying? We are destroying our life, not those trees. We are making furnitures, not of the trees. We are making furnitures of us. Because without these things, we cannot survive at all. I have talked about that. And think that many things are taking this power of this planet. But how does the power of this planet come from? This power of this planet is those trees. And without these trees, all the world will be destroyed, and we will also become destroyed. Tree give us oxygen, and we give the trees carbon dioxide. When we are not giving these things and they are not giving oxygen, all the creature will be die. And now there is birds, there is cows, goat and any another kind of animal. But from where are we researching our food? From the trees. When the crop become bad, then what will we eat? In some places, this place is not so much good, because in this place, well, we will plant a plant here, then the plant will not be grow. So that now people has made this place as a field. But sometime people make those cropland as the buildings. So when we are making these croplands as a building, then we are living, but we are not getting the food. Then the lack of food will be happen. So all of this beautiful world will be vanished. Some people go many beautiful places. They think this place is so much modified, this place is better. But has they ever seen this scenery? Not. We have beautiful places, but we think it is not beautiful. The modified things is so much beautiful. When we see around us, then we think this place is not beautiful. And sometimes we need the wood. But how does it make? It make by this plant. Without this plant, the wood cannot be, the papers cannot be made. Mostly the dead trees is the main things and the main ingredients to make those papers. So what are we using? All things is the natural things. And without this nature, we cannot become alive. And by that, think when these all trees will be cut, how the scenery will become. Now this place is in the normal temperature. And now I am getting so much enjoy to stand here. But in some place where the tree is lack of, what is the motion of those places? It's like Sahara desert. It's a desert. So when we are not giving those plants here, then one day we will see this has become also the Sahara desert. So what are we saying? All is the natural, and all is the natural things. What are we using? And we are using many kind of things which is made by wood and another kind of material. This all things is coming from those things. Charcoal. If we have to take heat in Iceland, we need those charcoals. And from where does the charcoals come? From the dead plants. And by the dead plants, the charcoal come. And when we burn it, then the charcoal come. So by that all, in all way, we need these things. Without these things, there is a hard work to alive. And what we eat, that is plant. What we see, that is environment. How the environment is made? The environment is made by those trees which are we seeing. Those is not the environment. We have to read that what we see around our home, that is the environment. But that is not the real environment. Real environment means not around of that. Means that is the real environment. Environment means where the animals will live, where the birds will live. When we are cutting down the trees, then the birds are become homeless. The squirrels are become homeless. The insects are become homeless. For only the people, all of that things are become homeless. So should we do that kind of work? And now you have understand that about that. What are you doing? What are we doing? What is the situation of now? So by that all, always try to make all the world beautiful. And Bangladesh is the place, which place is 30% is made by this green nature. So the soil of this place is gold. Because what are we planting? There is a lot of plants. So what are we planting? This plant is grow. So by that all, we always should think that about these natural things. And in another country, such as another countries, there we see there is not so much good plants, but the Bangladesh has 6 seasons. All of the seasons have a lot of kind of beauty, but all of this beauty is consist of those trees and these trees. So always save them. When we will save them, then they will save them. But not this matter. Now it has happened, they are saving us, but we are not saving them. So always try to change that motion. Thank you.